Hi guys, welcome back to another daily tarot card. These are your daily tarot cards for Thursday, June the 15th, 2023. Today we're pulling from the Game of Thrones tarot cards for Throne Thursday. So we have the Nine of Coins. So we are talking about a time where there's going to be this shift in our life. I feel like for some of you, this could be a financial endeavor. I feel like this is either like you did a 50-50 job for a cottage or a home. They're saying the Kawartha, so that could be Ontario. Um, this could be a lottery win, maybe hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions, because I see you blessing other people's hands. But I feel like Spirit is saying here, especially with the Emperor and the Four of Cups here in reverse, is that one, you've learned the lessons that you needed to learn. You went through a karmic test, if you will, where it's like the universe is like, are you who you say you are? It's kind of like in the book of Job, where he sat there and he was a righteous person, and Satan went to God and said, you know, I bet you I can turn Job against you. I will kill his children, I will turn his wife against him, I will make him a mockery, he will lose everything. And he will turn his back against you. And he didn't. And he turned around and blessed him 10 times full than he already had. But that was the significant, especially when it comes to loss of family members, that is a huge trial and tribulation to get over. That is, you know what I mean? Like the sorrow, the grief, and all of that. It really is taxing on a person. And adding on, it's like like kind of like when Shane passed, it was like added on and on and on and on. And I just like, you know what I mean? There was one thing there, and I was just like, you know what? Take it. I'm like, honestly, I don't care. I'm like, I have enough on my plate. I don't need you freaking harassing me daily about this situation. Like, leave me alone. You know what I mean? It's just like, it was like, you know what I mean? It turned out for the boys' favor. But the thing was, it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, how dare you try to put my head underwater when I was already drowning? You know what I mean? I feel like there was the other situation like this spring where it was just like, when I went through that situation of packing, is the only reason I bring this up, is like, I was like, it would have been nice if I would have had some support at that time. But we all know, like, there's this if you follow my account, you'll see this um passage there where it talks about it'll post on there, but it talks about how, like, in school we learn things and we're tested on them to see if we learned. In life we're tested and we learn from them. We learn from those experiences, and I feel like that's where the Emperor is there. Is like, hey, you've been here before. Maybe you're like someone like myself, where it's like you get these financial blessings in life with no harm to none. You know what I mean? And it's like, use this wisely. You know what I mean? With that situation with me moving, it's like, you know what I mean, on my own, it's like I could have sat. If some of us are blessed to be in this life, to be light to others. Our light rocks other people. Our light shakes up the shadow side in someone else. You know what I mean? And we can't understand it. It's like, you treat them so well, but they treat you so poorly. You know what I mean? And it's like, you don't understand it. It doesn't bueno. But the thing is that your light rocks their shadow side. So all you can do is honestly just leave them alone. Honestly, when they're there, they're there. When they're not, they're not. You know, it took me a long time to make peace with that. You know, it's like, why is it like this way? That's the way it was supposed to be. Some of us are not supposed to have, human flesh forces by our side because we're bigger than that. We don't need it. But we don't realize that at that time. Because we're all, sensitized to, like, family, family, family. Doesn't matter if they treat you like crap. Give them the other cheek, and all this rubbish. But you have to set up boundaries for yourself. Be a blessing to others, but don't be a sucker. I feel like the Six of Cups, someone from your past is going to come back, and the only reason they are coming back into your life is because of this blessing. Besides that, they don't care. It's only now because you have that, they're like, oh, hey, how's it going? It's like, where were you when I wasn't like this? You know what I mean? They'll try and play it like, oh, I was just shy. That's all it was. This is universe's warning to you. They're not there because they're attracted to you or you're the love of their life and they were shy and scared to ask you out. They're there now because you have the do-re-mi. Oh, now you're the better option. Before it's like, Now that adds to it. They're just like, whoa, you know, that's what I needed. That's the green light for me. Now that's my way in, you know. Oh no, I was just shy. I didn't know how to tell you, you know. It's like, you know, 3 cups. I feel like this is there's a wedding going on. I feel like this person has been married before though. I have that feeling. And the only reason I say this is because of the gown she's wearing. It's not a traditional wedding gown. But you know what I mean? Like everybody is doing their own styles now. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's not like even a lot of the goth rocker girls, it's like we're incorporating black and everything into it because nobody wants to wear white. You know, white is the traditional. Maybe you have some like white flowers or something, or you know what I mean? But it's like that's not your wedding. You know what I mean? You want a goth wedding. Or a Game of Thrones wedding. But I feel like there's a toast here. So we're celebrating something here. 4 cups. You are no longer asking the universe for these blessings. You are no longer in the waiting position. You are no longer seeking. You know what I mean? Like you're not. I feel like this is like the star card that I posted yesterday, where it's just like, you know, we were talking about the 11th to the 14th, where light workers and healers are going through this time where it's like doubting ourselves, but this too shall pass, right? This was just a blip. This was just a moment, you know. And I felt that definitely that shift. It was just like I had to put things into place, into perspective, because it was really coming at me, and I'm just like, how do I get over this? How do I get around this? I'm like, I was totally fine until this, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I need to somehow, so I had to, you know, maneuver some things around, and that's what helped me. And I'm like, you know what, at the end of the day, it is what it is. I need to do this. This needs to be a part of my life because this brings in this. So somehow, some way, we just got to get back to it. And sure enough, it's like I'm back to, you know what I mean? Like yesterday was a little bit of a struggle, but you know what I mean? It's just like you got to get back to things, and it's like things are moving a lot smoother. This is the time where it, like they were showing with the Nightmare Before Christmas, if we could bottle this feeling up, we would, you know what I mean? Because it feels good. It's like, you know, you're in a good place, everything's in a good place, you know what I mean? Where it's just like you're content, you know what I mean? Like, you know, you don't have to worry about things. We're showing the King of Cups in reverse. This is where they're telling you do not need a partner. You don't need someone to come save you. You don't need that person by your side. I say that to myself. It's like, I wanted family, my family of my own. I wanted children, and I wanted marriage. You know what I mean? And I'm lucky enough to have my boys. I'm lucky enough to have Sunny in my life. I'm lucky enough to have a lot of masculine, strong forces on the other side of transformation of things. So it's just like, you know what I mean? I feel like this is like, you know, especially with this 6 of Cups here, it's like you don't need that person, but people will make you feel that way. Oh, you're weak, you're vulnerable, you're this, you're that, because they want you to be those things so they could take advantage of you. You know what I mean? So it's just like, you know, stand on your own, figure everything out, keep everything close to your chest. I feel not in the fear of losing it, but you know, people gossiping and bringing those vultures to your doorstep. They are highlighting you as the Empress. Empress has been every single day of this week. You're ruled by Venus. You wear your heart on your sleeve. You see the dragons around Danny here, and it's just like the reason that they're showing those dragons is because you could be a single person with kids, or you have animals, or you have a friendship circle. You have something around you that is very significant and sacred. And it's like, keep that to yourself. You know, love that, nurture it. You know what I mean? And protect that. You know what I mean? Because that is sacred. That bond is sacred. It's like, you know, one thing that drew me to the Hebrew faith is one song that we play after Shalom Aleichem, and it's you know, talking about the unconditional love of a parent with a child, and they're like, that was when I read that in English, and it was like the translation, and they're like, that is the love that Yahweh and Yeshua have for you. It freaking just dawned on me. I never even thought of God's love like that. Unconditional love, like, obviously because I wasn't a parent before, but you know what I mean? It really opens your eyes. Like, you know what I mean? You can make mistakes, and it's like how we forgive our children. It's like, yeah, they're this. You know what I mean? Inexperienced, stupidness, whatever it is at the moment, lack of judgment, you know? And it's just like, that is the way that Yahweh and Yeshua are with you. It's like they understand, like, you know, maybe you were raised this way, so you behave this way. and now you're grown up and you're more mature and you're making your own decisions on yourself, and they're just like, you have this aha moment, and it's just like you reconnect with what a spirituality, faith, or whomever it is, like this higher self on your own terms and seeing things through your own lens. You know what I mean? Where it's not through hatred and bigotry and all this other, nonsense where we're better than everyone else. It's like, no. Kiefer said it best on Big Brother. We're all trying to find our way back to God. You know what I mean? I feel like the video game Ori, when there's that magical tree and it calls back all, they're calling back all the spirits, like Ori, back to the tree. I feel like that's what Yahweh is like. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's this essence, and then we all have to go back home to the hub. You know what I mean? And I don't know if it's energized or whatever's going to happen there, and then we all go back into the world. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean. It's just like messages and stories, and not so much stories, like, well, I guess stories told, tales of our ancestry are always around us. And I feel like that's where it's like, don't go out in the world and think that you're, invincible and pick fights with everybody and do stupidness. That's not what you're here for. But it's just like, as this blessing comes into your life, you will be able to bless others. You are the light to others. And I feel like that where they're talking about tests, it's like, you are here to be a blessing to other people. When they sit there and they ask for something, this blessing to happen, and you are able to provide that blessing, you know what I mean? It's just like, that's why you were put here. Because they knew you would help others. They knew you would sit there and rise above and be that, where you didn't have that. It's like, you're not bitter from it. You know what I mean? You're not like, oh, I'm not going to do for others because it wasn't done for me. It's like, no, they knew you could do it on your own. That's why no one came to your side. Universe always, you notice that. Anytime you needed it, boom, it fell into your lap. You didn't know how, you don't know where, how, when, whatever was going to happen. Boom, it happened. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't know how it was going to turn out, and boom, it happened. You know what I mean? Because they knew you needed that at that time. It always happens that way for me. My back is against the wall, it's about to all crumble, and then here comes the blessing. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, thank you. It's just like, I want to get past the point where I never need that security net anymore. You know what I mean? Where it's like kind of like you're walking on a tightrope, and it's like, you get so good that you don't need that, that security blanket there. It's there, but it's like you're higher off the ground. You know what I mean? Where you start like, maybe a couple of feet off the ground, and now, you're way up in the air. If that security net is there, just in case, but it's not as close as it used to be. Because they know how strong you are. And I feel like this blessing coming in, you will bless many others, but watch the vultures. Watch that person that's going to sit there. Oh, yeah, I was just shy. Oh, this, making excuses why they weren't around before. This is going to be the biggest tale of people. It ain't going to always be good either. I'll be 100% with you. So, 9 of coins. Fulfillment, comfort, prosperity, focus. The 9 symbolizes satisfaction and prosperity. Financial worries are over. Projects get completed, and your efforts bring material benefits, including the finer things in life. You may feel at home with yourself, and any past sacrifices may feel worthwhile. Additional meaning including redecorating, yard work, or gardening, or projects. So when I was doing this for Instagram, they were showing that a lilac dragonfly was going to be a significant symbol for you. They were also showing you may have this outdoor that hangs outside, like in the, I don't know if this is seasonal or not, but they're saying there's this stone decoration that has a dragonfly on it, and it has some foliage on it. So it could be like bulrushes, it could be like, vines, leaves, could be flowers. I just see the green of this foliage. But that could be something significant for you. So don't think it has to be like a lilac dragonfly flying around you, while you're gardening or anything like that. I feel like it could be a t-shirt. It could be on your For You page. It could be on your social medias, just in case you don't know what a For You page is. You know what I mean? So I feel like in some significant way that will come through. Lilac may be a significant color for you. But I feel like, and you will see them. Be careful when you're watering, because I know with myself, with my garden last year, they would be all on the leaves of the zucchini plants. So it's like, be careful. Watch for them, because you don't want to hurt them. So the nine symbolizes satisfaction, prosperity, work, financial worries are over, projects get completed. Your efforts bring material benefits, including the finer things in life. You feel happy and at home with yourself, and any past sacrifices you have made feel worthwhile. Additional meaning, including decorate. I already read that. Yard work. So my apologies, I didn't mean to read that over again, but you know what I mean? This is where they're saying, like, that's a significant meaning. If this does not resonate with you, it's totally fine. This reading wasn't for you. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to give it a break and come back to it. So, Six of Cups, nostalgia, reunion, harmony, childhood. So, this could be like a cousin, uncle, but I feel like cousin coming back into your life. And the only reason they're coming around now is because it's like, oh, there's money here. And it's just like, you know? So learn from the past. The universe is going to guide you. Remember, they told you, follow your intuition. The six is the card of victory from the past. Visitors from the past. An individual comes back into your life, offering friendship and affection, while helping you appreciate both the past and present equally. You may find your past learnings and experiences feeds a new creative project or idea. However this card may manifest for you, the past will have an important bearing on the future. So I feel like this is where, they're going to come into your life. They're going to hear through the grapevine. You tell this, you tell one person and it's like they tell everybody. And you're like, didn't I not tell you not to? Oh, I'm sorry. Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, So this is where, as much as you can, if you don't need to tell anyone, don't tell anyone. So the Emperor. This is where they were like, buy the home now. Now you have the ability to buy your home. Buy your home. You know what I mean? You may even have the ability to buy this property. They were showing a property that I would love. And you're able to build it. Build the house that you want. So it's like, they're like, this is the opportunity now. Do what you're supposed to do. Don't listen to anyone else. Do what you want to do. The Patriarch, authority, protection, support, courage, order, structure. Symbolizes structure. 4 is like a square, as all sides are equal and has no points of weakness. The Emperor denotes the father, husband, male, partner, or other influential male. In respect to a situation, the card gives a yes to questions regarding finances, work offers, and projects. It shows that disputes are resolved. The card also signifies support, trust, and order after a period of chaos or uncertainty. As it is paired with the Empress, the Emperor can represent committed relationship, making the right decision. And I feel like this is what it is making the right decision. I feel like that's what they're saying. If the King of Cups, whomever they are, he, she, they, them, it's like, as long as they are there for the right reason, that's all that matters. But you are not going to sit there and allow people to use you and abuse you like they did before. So I feel like this is just like, wonderful things are going to happen in your life. You're meant to be a light for everybody. But the thing is, it's like there are certain vultures around you that are only there because the going is getting good right now. They want a piece of the pie. They weren't there for you to help you. This is not tit for tat, but they are not there for the right reason. They don't give a hot dang about you. So 3 of Cups, celebrations, friendships, indulgence, replenishment. It's time for socializing, much needed fun, as the 3 offers food, wine, dancing, and talking into the small hours at parties. Family celebrations or get-togethers with friends. Feeling the love, you're emotionally replenished and re-energized. Such is the victory of this 3. You may even indulge in some light-hearted flirting. So there may be someone that you are there for. But again, be careful. I feel like distance would be an issue for some reason there. So with the 4 Cups, I will be quite honest. I feel like this is like you will no longer have to be waiting for, what you were waiting for. The universe will answer this. I'm going to read the meanings, but I really feel like this is like you no longer have to be waiting for what you've been waiting for. You've been waiting for such a long time. You knew you outgrew this situation. And you're like, you know what? I'm going to trust in the universe because, with my situation, if I would have waited 3 more months, everything would have been fine. Everything would have been perfect. And everything, you know what I mean? It would have all turned out. But You know, I sat there and I pushed forward. So hesitation, diplomacy, dissatisfaction, restlessness. The four reveals restlessness. In the reverse position, dissatisfaction becomes acute. You may feel drained and want change, but do not know how to find it. An additional meaning is being blind to your negative thinking. And I feel like this is where it's just like, I understand that, especially with 11th to the 14th, with those negative thoughts. You know what I mean? Being aware, like, of the energies around us. Last night I was dreaming, they were showing me the waxing crescent and the crescent moon. They were showing me that in my dream. I'm like, okay. They told me a significant number. What does it mean? No idea. King of Cups, I feel like it's just like you don't need that person by your side. It's nice to have the relationship, but they need to be there for the right reason. Not because all of a sudden you have a big shiny bag behind you and they're like, oh, that is the decision for me. They have money. I don't have to work. I could live off of them. I could siphon off of them. They're not there for the right reason. When you went through significant trials and tribulations, why weren't they there? Oh, I didn't feel like you needed me there, or I knew you were strong and you would get through it, or I thought you hated me, or you didn't like me, or I was scared and intimidated of you. Save it. So steadfastness, warm situations, emotions. When the reverse, the king denies his emotions, so his behaviors may become blaming and destructive. Applied to the situation, the card reveals a creative block, or feeling blocked because those around you will not address a vital issue. So this reminds me of someone who wants nothing to do with me. This comes in, oh, we're best friends. Oh, this, that, the other. We'll try to control the situation is what they're saying. They're not there for the right reason. They wouldn't be there if it wasn't for that. You know what I mean? But, with one significant situation in my life, it's just like, he deserves better, so I would help him out. I don't want to see that happen to anyone. I don't even want, like, even this now, I don't want to see happen, but I have no control of the situation. I don't have the resources to help them right now. When I do, I will. So the Empress. And it's not because I expect glory or accolades or rewards or anything like that. It's the right thing to do. So the three dragons echo her card number of 3, which signifies creation. The Empress denotes the mother, wife, and family partner. As an influent female, she symbolizes care, security, and abundance. So relationships flourish. The card also predicts a child. So even if it's like a child, because the Empress is pregnant in most of her cards, but she's in a sitting position. Be patient for this rebirth in your life. 9 of coins is a rebirth in our life, We get double that. Danny's in that one too. You know what I mean? So it's just like, having patience while this unfolds. They're saying allow the universe to deliver. Creative projects also thrive under her influence. And home life is harmonious. So we keep getting that. Home life is harmonious. New opportunities unfold. Finances improve. So, in the meantime, while we're waiting for things to unfold, it's like, with me, it's like, they want to go and see their kid graduate or whatever the heck it is that they need a couple hours off for. It's like, yeah, work a couple hours here, a couple hours there, save it for, Christmas time. We got birthdays that are around. So, you know what I mean? It's just like, it is what it is. We're all trying to sit there and survive and, make the best of whatever this life is and what we're given at this point. But, it's just like that situation is temporary. You're, like they said, with the Chariot, as long as you're determined and dedicated, you will be the victor wearing the wreath. It may not look good like it today, may not look good like tomorrow. But you know what? At the end of the day, at least you're trying. You're getting up, you're showing out. It's so beautiful out. Nobody wants to be at work today, but you know what? That's not what pays the bills. Going outside and doing gardening and, you know what I mean? As much as we love it, that's not going to pay the bills. So at the end of the day, we got to do what we need to do, It's just like, that's the only way that, those things aren't creeping up on us and giving us even more stress. Just sit there and do what we need to do and put one foot in front of the other and, make the most out of whatever every day is. That's all you can do. Bringing love and light into other people's around you, Just take it one step at a time. I know it's easier to say that than done because, trust me, I overthink myself. But, It's a waste of energy because it's not going to change anything, you know? Kind of like when we transmute the evil eye sent on us, it's like that's what we do with that. We transmute it. This energy, we have to ground ourselves and be like, this energy doesn't solve the situation, you know? So, got to cut back on treats, got to do this, got to do that, you know what I mean? So, it's like we have to do certain things until that flow comes back in again, you know? So, sometimes we got to, you know, sit there and put those temptations to the side and wait until we're able to buy those treats and indulge a little bit, you know? So I hope you guys enjoyed these daily tarot cards for Thursday, June the 15th, 2023. May the universe bless you good. We'll see you for the next daily tarot card.